Alright, let's be honest. How many opponents have you faced in divisions that use narrow formations like the 4-2-2 or the 4-2-1-3? After all, that's the meta, and unless you play that way, you won't win, right? Well, wrong. Everyone is using the same tactics, hence why you should change to succeed. That change begins with mastering wing play, and I'll show you how to train each winger for your specific playstyle and how to find the winger for you. Let's start with the prolific winger. This is your traditional winger. They stay wide and only drift slightly inside when the ball is on the opposite side. When you have the ball with your fullback or midfielders, they stretch the pitch and keep their width. But once you move into the final third, they stop coming short and instead stay higher up the pitch. This keeps the fullback pinned and makes them perfect for switches. If your fullback overlaps, they'll drop slightly to support out wide instead of moving inside. And when the ball is crossed from the opposite side, they move closer to goal but still stay wide near the back post. Now, when your striker has the ball centrally, they can make runs inside, looking to get in behind the defense. Simple, wide, and very effective. Think of Jack Grealish, the roaming flank. This one starts wide but constantly drifts inside, looking for space. If the ball is on the opposite wing, they move even more centrally, sometimes into the box. So if you're crossing from the other side, don't expect them at the back post. When you have the ball on their side, they move inside, creating space for your fullback to overlap. And once your fullback pushes forward, they attack the box aggressively. They don't stay in the half spaces for long. Unless there's space, they don't hug the touchline like a prolific winger. They move wherever the space is. And when your striker has the ball, they go central, ready to exploit gaps. This is basically your inside forward. Think of Ferran Torres at Barca before Flick. Creative playmaker winger. This one is always looking to be involved. They naturally drift into the half space and constantly move to offer a passing option. If the middle is crowded, they stay wide. If there's space inside, they move in. When you have the ball on their side, they stay wide but not as high as a prolific winger. Once your fullback overlaps, they move into the half space. If the ball is on the opposite side, they sit somewhere between wide and central. Not too wide, not too central, just in that perfect pocket. And when your striker drops deep, they don't rush into that space. They only attack it if a center back follows the striker, creating space. They're all about intelligence, not just movement. Inactive playstyle wingers. These are unpredictable. Their movement depends on their stats, but generally they behave like a mix of everything. Sometimes they stay wide like a prolific winger, but they can suddenly cut inside and even overlap your striker. When you have the ball on their side, they'll stay wide, then drift inside when the opportunity comes. If there is space, they'll make runs in behind. On the opposite side, they move slightly central, but not too much. And when your striker has the ball, they don't occupy space early. They wait and then attack the gaps left by defenders. So if you've been struggling with wingers, now you know exactly how each one moves. Now let's look at how to train them. Let's start with the prolific winger. We'll look at Eden Hazard, the free daily game reward. He is a touchline winger, so his acceleration and dribbling stats need to at least be 90 plus each. 80 plus in passing with the passing skills is more than adequate, although he will need the pinpoint crossing skill. Also, finishing and curl being 80 plus is alright, but take into consideration that you need shooting skills. Give him the long range curler skill for when you cut in. 88 speed is not amazing, but look at that offensive awareness, just amazing. So is his balance and kicking power. The long range shooting skill will complement that 90 plus kicking power. Now let's look at the roaming flank, and we'll use Lee Kang in, finishing at 80 plus, and his curl is at 88. This is essential for the curls due to the positions he picks up. You also need the first time shot skill for those snap cutbacks. dribbling and acceleration at 90 plus will help with getting away from opponents in tight spaces, especially when he drifts into the middle. The double touch skill and fighting spirit helps in dealing with the pressure. 90 low pass and 80 lofted pass. Again, because of the playstyle's tendency to be in the middle, having the ability to play through passes will be amazing. That 90 plus offensive awareness is to help the player identify spaces better. Now my favorite playstyle, creative playmaker. I'll show you two different builds with free short time Neymar and free Bernardo. Let's start with Neymar, 90 plus, finishing and curl for that blitz killer skill, high speed and acceleration, paired with high dribbling numbers. He exists solely to put fear into my opponents. For skills, he needs first time shot, long range shooting, and dipping shot. Now, remember, this is still a playmaker, so he needs that through pass skill to cover for his poor passing as a playmaker while you are at it. How about just also throwing the pinpoint crossing skill? Now, for Bernardo, pure creator build is what I went for. Very high on the boss stats for dribbling, decent speed and awareness. Honestly, he moves faster cause of his high dribbling stats, 90 plus acceleration and 90 plus passing, super sub and gamesmanship for winning free kicks on the edge of the box. Finishing is really poor, so take that into consideration when building your playmaker winger. Finally, the inactive playstyle winger. I'll be honest, this build will depend on what you want, so I can't advise you on what you want. I'll flash my Neymar and Bale builds. You can copy them if you want, but the choice is up to you. Now what works for me won't work for you, so use my builds as the base and tweak them until it works. Anyway, I won't take up more of your time. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe. Peace.